So China's cabinet is looking a bit shaky, but their propaganda machine seems absolutely fine. Their latest target is India's moon landing. Last month, Chandrayaan-3 of India landed on the lunar south pole. We saw it, you saw it, chances are the whole world saw it. But China says, not so fast. A top Chinese scientist is disputing India's claim. His name is Ouyang Ziyuan. He's considered to be the father of China's lunar program. So he's one of the best that they have. And what is he saying? That India did not land on the South Pole. In fact, let me quote his statement. The landing site of Chandrayaan-3 is not at the lunar South Pole, not in the lunar South Pole region, nor is it near the lunar South Pole region. Then where is it? Now this could get complicated. So listen closely. Like the Earth, the Moon also has latitudes. These are imaginary horizontal lines that run across the surface. These lines help in marking locations. The equator, for example, is a latitude. It represents 0 degrees. The equator is 0 degrees. Up north and south, you have the poles. These are 90 degrees. Now let's apply this to the Moon as well. Where did India's Chandrayaan land? At 69 degrees south latitude. The Chinese scientist says this is not the South Pole region. Then what is? According to him, the polar region is much narrower, between 88.5 and 90 degrees. So that's further south. Now, does this argument make sense? Well, it's a highly technical argument, also a political one. Did any other space agency talk about this latitude stuff? They did not. The NASA chief said India landed on the lunar South Pole. So did the European Space Agency. Then why is China playing spoilsport? Here on Earth, 69 degrees is considered as polar region. But on the Moon, it's different. Why is that? Because the Earth is more tilted than the Moon. So the polar region is narrow. At least that's what the Chinese scientist says. Like I said, it's all very technical. But the fact is, India landed where no other country did, near the South Pole, and China's disagreement is not scientific, it is political. India hit the target first, so now China is shifting the goalpost. It's pretty childish, to be honest, but then again, it's classic China. We told you about their racist meltdown yesterday. Made in India iPhones made the Chinese insecure. So you can imagine what the moon landing did to them. With Chandrayaan-3, India had 3 active spacecraft around the moon: the propulsion module, the lander, and the orbiter from Chandrayaan-2. The second Chandrayaan mission failed, but the orbiter is still working. Compare that to China, they have just 1 active spacecraft around the moon. Beijing would not have liked that. Equally important was the timing. Chandrayaan-3 landed during the BRICS summit. Prime Minister Modi and President Xi were in Johannesburg. Everyone rushed to congratulate Prime Minister Modi. The South African president apparently wanted to sit next to him. Xi Jinping would not have liked that. China's state media betrayed that insecurity. Just look at their commentary on India's moon landing. This is what they're saying. China is far more advanced in various aspects. China's lunar rover is much bigger, weighing 140 kilograms compared to India's 26 kilograms. Additionally, India's Pragyan cannot withstand the lunar nights. By contrast, China's rover holds the record for working the longest time on the lunar surface. How about that? Your neighbor has just landed on the moon's south pole, the first country to do so, and what does China's state media do? Release an article on why China is better. So this latest claim by China's top scientist is not surprising. If anything, it's a bit late. India never tried to hide its landing location. ISRO always said around 70 degrees south. And that's where it landed. My point is, differing perceptions cannot take away from India's achievement. The world has accepted it. So our advice to China would be this: your scientists are so keen on latitudes and locations on the moon. Maybe use that skill on Earth too. Not to disparage other countries, but to find your missing ministers and to respect the boundaries of your neighbors.